I know this is a little bit late. Usually I try to get it the day after Ventures is released, but your boy did a 28-day stream. It was a long time. It was crazy. Anyways, we got level like 46 in Ventures, and there's a new zone. Well, new zone. It's new maps, but not actually a different modifier. So it's kind of nice. I mean, like with the map plus the superhero modifier, it's actually decently fun. And I didn't really have complaints besides some of the bugs that are in the new map. I'm not going to go in detail, but there was like a few, like there was a certain point that you can't go past the barrier. You would die a lot for no reason, couldn't build around the objective. So yeah, it was a little interesting, but yeah, I'm level 48. I'd be level 50, but I don't care too much because I'm already level 145. Okay. I always do that. I'm already level 145, so not a really big deal, but Frozen Fjords Adventure Zone best loadouts video. You've come to the right place. I'm going to be talking about the loadouts that I used whenever I was grinding Ventures for 26 hours straight or something like that. I don't know how long it was. Something like that. So yeah, we'll talk about it. So the first few loadouts that I want to mention is the farming loadout. This one's a major one. This is the one that you should run right away. You shouldn't hesitate to do anything. This is the one that you should run, like first mission. Clip. She's really good for farming. You can do a Southie build, but you don't really need to in this loadout or in this Venture season because Outlanders have infinite punch. That's right. You can right click indefinitely. Just keep going over and over. So clip in lead is better than Southie. For all those Southie fans, this is the only time that I will forever and will ever say that clip is better than Southie because you can right click and she guarantees that 100% additional ingredients dropping. So amazing. Run clip in the lead. As for the team perk support team, you can really run whatever you want. You can do a Teddy build, you can do a shock tower build, but I like running Blast from the Past just due to the fact that I'm an Outlander. I can't really do a lot of damage. If I'm doing like eliminate and collect, I'm going to be able to kill some stuff and not die. So we're running Blast from the Past. And on top of that, we got hide and focus. Focus isn't necessary, but once again, like extra energy for throwing down a Teddy's good, and phase shifting across the map is really good too. And then we're going to be running Strike Cross, of course, because she increases your heavy attack efficiency by 28%. Might not seem like a lot, but it's actually a decent amount. So yeah, she's good. And then we also have Phased Out. This one isn't necessary, but decreasing that phase shift cooldown by 25% is actually nice, just due to the fact that I can dash around the map multiple times without actually having to worry about you know, running out of energy. And the cool thing is, as long as I have 30, I'm going to be able to right click no matter what. So like if I'm low, I'll just wait while I'm pickaxing regularly and then I'll right click. So getting to location to farm is really helpful. So Phased Out is there. And then Gadgeteer, once again, this one's not necessary, but you should be running supply drop if you are farming. For those people out there that say supply drop's bad, it is only good in Ventures. Yeah, I know that's going to be a hard take. It's only good in Ventures if you're running farming loadouts. Otherwise, I don't really think it's really that good or necessary. So, but she decreases the gadget cooldowns by 20%. So if you're running supply drop, I believe it's 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So 20% would be 2 minutes off or 1 minute off. Yeah, 1 minute, I think. So instead of 5 minutes, it's like 4 minutes. So it's not like a lot, but I mean, it's better than, you know, that extra minute, and you can get it like 3 times a game rather than like once or twice, because sometimes I'll forget it. But yeah, otherwise you run turrets with this loadout. It's very basic. It's kind of the same thing, but clip in lead is the go-to whenever it comes to this Venture season. And honestly, I probably should talk about the modifiers because I like kind of always forget. But we have the super modifiers this season, or like basically buffed heroes. Super Soldier, headshot damage gets a ×2 bonus. Ranged weapon eliminations reduce active cooldowns by 4 seconds if a frag grenade is equipped. Every 6 range eliminations grants a grenade. Reduce melee weapon damage and trap damage. So you're really going to be doing a lot more damage whenever it comes to ranged weapon damage. And then on top of that, your abilities, because you get a reduced active cooldown by 4 seconds upon an elimination. And then Constructor, building costs are reduced by 66%. So you're basically building for like 3, I think, and upgrades are like 10 or something. And then melee impact damage deltas increase in triggering kinetic overload, reduces active cooldowns by 4 seconds, reducing a weapon damage. So yeah, you're not going to be doing a lot of damage, but you're also going to be doing using less materials. So your Constructors, you definitely want to be building for your team. And if you're not running Constructor, then you help out still. You know, you can put traps down, whatnot. So Yeah, and then Super Ninja ability eliminations increase melee weapon damage and attack speed by 50% for 10 seconds. Melee weapon eliminations reduce attack cooldowns by 2 seconds. Shadow stances benefits are doubled. Reduce range weapon and trap damage. So yeah, once again, you don't want to use range weapons or traps with the ninjas. You want to be running like Paleo Luna with like whatever sword that you can get. So like Paleo Luna with like an attack speed. And by the way, only one attack speed is good, because if you can get in an elimination and then on top of that get Rock and Rift activated, your attack speed is like insanely fast. And the Shadow Stance on top of that, like you're swinging like I'm like saying like 3 attack speed like Ravager. That's how fast you're swinging. It's crazy. And then Outlander, once again, anti-material charge, costs 0 energy. So right click, you can click it how many ever times you want. And then they gain a fragment every 50 seconds. Passive 30% damage buff to active abilities. Reduce weapon and trap damage. So soldiers are really good for that increase like damage just in general and abilities. Constructors reduce cooldown, so use less mats. Ninjas are really good for ninjas. You want to be using melee weapons, and then Outlanders are good for farming. So those are the modifiers, the super ones. So yeah, that's why running a clip is really good. Otherwise, the other loadout that I ran throughout the season, of course, is the Constructor loadout. This is basic. You can swap base Kyle out with like power base, or even base Kyle, or even Ice King. So it really depends on what you want to do. Ice King's not in support because apparently he's still glitched out and he doesn't really do anything in support. So instead of that, I was using Electrified Floors, which is nothing really crazy, but if you're trying to get eliminations, this is really good for tagging enemies. So yeah, a good way. So I'd recommend running Electrified Floors instead of Ice King in support. But if you're running Ice King in lead, then you want to run base Kyle instead of Electrified Floors, or instead of Storm or Fair. Really up to you, but Fair is really good. Otherwise, yeah, that's a basic loadout for that one. Constructors are pretty much the same every single season, so nothing really to talk about there and go into detail. The next loadout is actually one of my favorites whenever it comes to this venture season. It is the Raven build. The Raven build is by far like beyond fun. I think this, like I said, this is my favorite build. So Raven, he increases your lefty and righty damage by 25%, and then it causes an explosion which deals 20 base energy damage in a half tile radius. So basically you're stunning enemies alongside the explosions, and then that extra 20 base energy damage, which is a lot. Running him in lead in regular missions is bad because of the cooldown, which is around like a minute, I believe. So it's very annoying to try to get your lefty and righty back. However, this venture season, as you recall, you basically get reduced cooldowns when you get eliminations. So it's by 4 seconds and about a minute. It's about like 40 seconds, I think. So if you get about like 10 eliminations, a little less than that, probably like 6 or 7, you're actually able to get your lefty and righty back, which is really good because you can just use it over and over and over and over. And this applies to other loadouts, like we'll get into it in a second, but the minigun loadout is also another great pick. But the Raven, of course, we're going to be running Happy Holidays, reduce cooldown no matter what. Pump Metal increases, or it extends its duration by 1 second upon elimination, and it basically extends it to 10 seconds. That's the maximum. Whereas Lefty, which every pistol or SMG elimination decreases cooldown of lefty and righty by 1 second. So if you're using a pistol or an SMG while eliminating an enemy, you're able to get your lefty and righty back faster, which is really good. Carbine, lefty and righty applies Affliction, which deals 13 base energy damage per second for 3 seconds. He's just really good in support, no matter what. He's also really good in lead for dungeons, but this isn't dungeon season. So absolutely stunning. He has a chance of stunning enemies for 2 seconds. This is really good because if you have your lefty and righty constantly, you can stun smashers and stop them from charging and stun enemies. And you can actually stop refrigerator husk or riot huskies from like hitting you because you can stun them, which is super helpful, like really nice. And then finally, assault damage. This one isn't necessary. You could probably go like coconuts, sub wafers, anything that your heart desires. I just was running assault damage because I think I needed AR elimination. So yeah, yep. So yeah, that's Raven build. This is probably the go-to for this season, in my opinion, just because of how crazy good the lefty and righty is whenever it comes to stunning and damage output. But the other damage output loadout that we're going to be talking about is Diecast Jonesy. This one's also another go-to and really good, and just in general. Diecast Jonesy, which is a really good hero just in general whenever it comes to the season. Kind of the same thing with lefty and righty and Raven, just due to the fact that you can get reduced cooldown on that minigun and a diecast and lead, which increases your damage by 50% and your energy or your minigun to energy. So you're automatically doing like an insane amount more damage. So yeah. And then reduce cooldown on it instead of like 30 seconds, I believe, or actually I think it's like 25 technically, but you can get it reduced even more by getting eliminations. So since you get that upon eliminations, you get reduced cooldowns by 4 seconds. So yeah. And then the basic thing, happy holidays, once again, reduce cooldown, you know, or ability cooldowns by 40%. Good. Going again, which decreases your cooldown by 30% first cup of the day, which increases your crit rating by 10 and crit damage by 100%. Survivalist isn't necessary, but really good for keeping yourself alive. Ain't done yet, which increases your duration by 5 seconds. And then shell shock. This is once again kind of the AR thing from the Raven loadout. Use what your heart desires. I just think I need a shotgun elimination, so that's why I'm using this. You could probably use something else, like if you really need, like, you know, I guess war cry. I guess you could use that and not cost ammo. You know, after reloading, assault damage. You know, you can use anything. So that slot's open for whatever. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it. Little funny video though. If you guys want to check the Ragnarok loadout video, go check that out because this was fun. You can use it in adventures too. But yeah, that's about it. There's also a Paley Luna loadout that I use, but this is like the basic one. You can use Paley Luna. Once again, ninjas are really good too. Getting like a weapon that has 1 attack speed, and then getting Rock and Rift activated or Battle Beat activated. You just swing really fast. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it. All the loadouts. Let me know what you think of the venture season down in the comments, and then also let me know if you have any other loadouts, because covering the venture seasons like over and over, you know, throughout the years, nothing really changes unless if the modifiers change. So nothing really crazy, but yeah. Little mention though, if you're looking for modules in this zone, build up in the sky. It's actually kind of easy to see them. So yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Use code Mattio in the item shop. And remember, as always, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And I will see you guys in the next one.